Welcome back to Wizard Owl Arms. My name is Noah, and we are continuing on the G36 conversion. So in this episode, we are going to be cutting out the magazine well a little bit more, getting it prepped for being able to accept the 30 round magazine. As you can see, it's already been cut quite a bit, but it still just will not go. There's a little bit more that has to be cut out on the inside edge right here, and that's what we're going to be dealing with, as well as getting it ready for the metal reinforcement that's going to go in it. Now, it's important to do this and get it done before you start epoxying everything, because you really want to do that essentially all in one go, because, well, your epoxy, it does have a shelf life. Acetone does not take long to dry out. So this has been sitting in this jar now for weeks to get it this thick. You can speed up the process by doing essentially a 60-40 mixture of ABS plastic and acetone, or you can just leave the cap off of it for a couple of hours and it'll dry out a little bit quicker. But ultimately you want basically all of your ABS plastic completely melted, and you want it to be thick like that. So whenever you go in and you do all this, all these little cracks that I've made right here, completely meaningless. And it's going to harden up and give it a really solid bond, because acetone melts plastic really well. And this isn't your typical plastic. This is actually a glass injected polymer that they used back in the day. Well, I guess even today, because this is a modern SL8-6. So, and we're also going to be epoxying in that little plate I'd mentioned before. You'll have to grind down smooth the top rails and then grind the sides of it enough to where it just slips right into place. So that is on the to-do list, but let's go ahead and get started on trying to get this finished out. Now, we do not need that sanding bit. We need this carbide bit. Alright, get that tightened up. Like I always say, eyes and ears. Now, as I've said many times already, take your time when doing this process. It does you no good to rush it just to mess it up. So, I'm going to turn mine upside down. Another way you can kind of get a better ballpark idea is to put your new magazine well all the way in, and it's going to give you a better sight picture of where you need to grind down at. And it looks like the front is pretty well already ground down. It's just the back part. Let's see. There we go. Right here. Little too much. So that's what we're going to grind out next. Take this back off. see how we did. Looks like it's pretty darn close. Nope. Not quite. Here's where it's going to get just a little tricky. Okay, that might be enough there. Kinda. Might help put this in. Just see where we're at with it. It'll also help keep it straight so we know. What do we have? Looks like it might be a little bit tight at the top after all. Maybe not, maybe it's just the tape that I have on it and preemptively put on there. Now, you've probably been wondering why I put tape on it. Originally, whenever I did it, I was thinking that I would need the tape on here to protect the magazine from whenever I was doing this process, whenever I needed to level out that metal bar, as well as I have some spare ABS plastic that I'm just going to cut up and put over top of it to act as a cap of sorts. But seems like it may not even work with that because it's such a tight fit. So let's give this another go without it. Yep. It should be a straight fit, so where not snagging on. I wonder, it's because of that little nub right there. Pushing it off to the side. Yep. Good to know. This little nub right here, it's not even with the rest of it. We'll have to take that a little bit off. That's about all that I can get out of it with this bit. I may have to switch to a different one, but for shiggles, let's see how it looks. It looks better. Not quite there yet, though. Yep, that was it. I'm gonna have to get in there and clean it up a little more. But we almost have double stack magazine functionality. How about we try this instead? Lengthen it just a little bit. Just wanted to get in there and do a little bit more trimming. But I think that cleared that up. That is satisfying. Just shoop. No wobble. I could do that all day. But I won't. Because now I've got something else to test. Whenever I ordered all these parts and everything, here we go. I also ordered the AR-15 magazine adapter. Since that's what most of my stuff is, see how my hex mag does. Oh, that is so good. But hex mag is not what I normally use. Windowed PMags. That is so satisfying. Perfect fit. Alright, now that we've gotten the magazine well situated to where we can fit all that, we're already at 23 minutes. The real question is, how far do we need to go to get this right? Well, I guess it can't hurt to go ahead and mark out the wear. There at the handy dandy Sharpie. And that looks good. We'll just cut it off like that. Set that off to the side for the moment. We'll go ahead and get this cut and then I'll end it here. Didn't think that a magazine well would take an extra 20 some odd minutes to do, but yeah, what can you do? There we go. We will have to come back to this bit though. Close enough. Doesn't have to be exact, just so long as the end of it reaches from point to point well enough. Go ahead and trim that up, get it just a little more squared, make it look a little nicer. Alright. Basically, it's just going to go like that. Alright, now that we have a good idea about where we're going to put it all, we can go ahead and stop there and prepare for the next episode, I guess. Hope you guys enjoyed it.